Good morning, Michael Feller, Deals TV on the 11th of September. And we had a few computer problems this morning, so breakfast deals was a little smaller than usual, but today's Deals TV is absolutely huge, and I've had 2 instant coffees, so I'm raring to go. And first off, some major resource deals. We have Chevron signing a $70 billion agreement with Osaka Gas, Tokyo Gas and GS Caltex, a South Korean firm. And on that South Korean theme, BHP Billiton has also done a iron ore agreement to sell 22 million tonnes over 8 years to Hyundai Steel. And also the WA government has approved Steel's joint venture with Gindalbie. That Carrara joint venture project will employ 1,500 people in the construction phase, 500 once it's up and running, and will cost about $2 billion. So some great news for the Western Australian economy. Elsewhere, United Malt Holdings, owned by Champ Private Equity, there's a rumour that they're about to, or not about to, but rather thinking about listing later this year or early next. One to watch out for. The Australian Financial Review puts that figure at IPO figure at possibly $700 million. Elsewhere, Guinness Peat, speaking of malty drinks, they've made a bid for 50% of Tandou, which will increase their 20% stake to 60%. That is worth $10.6 million and comes just a day or so after Guinness Peat bid for 70% control of MMC Contrarian, the investment fund that Nick Bolton has a 5.6 or so % stake in. And that was something that he didn't tell the ASX about, but anyway, it was just an administrative error apparently, so not too much to worry about there. Elsewhere, in financial services at the big end of town, James Gorman, a Melbourne boy, one of 10 children, has been appointed CEO of Morgan Stanley in Wall Street, so good on him. Also, Toro Energy is thought to be the next uranium company to announce a capital raising following the news from Palagan Energy earlier this week. Toro is thinking about a 15-cent per share offer for 15% of the company. That's something to get your tongue around. And there's also reports in the Australian, and a very interesting scoop actually, that the federal government is sounding out people about introducing nuclear power in Australia. A huge about-face from the Labor Party's previous stance on the issue, and could be very interesting for uranium companies here in Australia. Also, big news overnight from General Motors. They've agreed to sell their Opel division to Magna, that Canadian-Austrian concern backed by Russian money, the bank's Bank, and a Russian oligarch whose name escapes me just for the present. But speaking of Russia, Carrefour, the French supermarket giant, is expanding there. Carrefour was one of the companies, interestingly enough, rumoured to be eyeing Coles before it was purchased by Wesfarmers a couple of years ago. No news on them expanding to Australia anymore, but then again, there's an international push, and of course Costco opened up in Melbourne not so long ago, so anything could happen. And of course Loews doing a joint venture with Woolworths to expand in the Australian hardware space. Also, speaking of the French, Suntory has agreed to purchase the French soft drink icon Origina. Origina was invented in 1936. We're not sure what the price point is for that purchase, but it comes, of course, after that agreement to at least look into a merger with Kirin, and Kirin being the company which has taken over National Foods in Australia, and of course Lion Nathan, the Trans-Tasman beer brewer. And on another food story today, Cadbury. Kraft made a bid for Cadbury, and now there's stronger rumours that Hershey's, the American chocolate group, if you call it chocolate indeed, is looking to bid for Cadbury as well. And an interesting analysis in the Wall Street Journal actually as to why Kraft is interested in Cadbury. Cadbury's had a 60-year presence in India, where apparently 50% of the population has never eaten chocolate. So 50% of the population being about 500 million people, that's a lot of future chocolate sales. Anyway, that's all we've got time for, and I'll see you next week.